It's time to answer the age-old question of what are you listening to? And of course, it's that all new punk. Welcome in, everyone. This week we have a listing of, oops, hang on one second. It's the wrong setting. There we go. We have 3 set lists today. So that's 15 songs total. And that's good because we are not going to be able to do this for the next 2 weeks. So it's good to get some good music in and get the summer started out right. And what says summer to you more than Sublime again with a new song? That is pretty crazy. So that is, or this song rather, is going to be Sublime with their new song, Gang Stalker.
Whoa. These voices I know I heard never advocate for drugs, but they always work for her. The patterns that I recognize get harder to ignore. There is government plates on that van parked right outside my door. I think someone is out to get me, and I know it's dangerous. They bug my clothes and trace my bone and lace my...
So JJ said that was an intro. I agree. I feel like the intro was a little sloppy for them. And I was about to say that's odd because the last time they put out a brand new song, and again, now with the son of the original singer, no longer with Rome, I was like, hey, this honestly sounds like they did in their heyday. The intro was a little sloppy, not really all there. And I'll be honest too, I don't think this mix is all that great. The bass is like non-existent. And the guitar is a little thin, but the rest of it, again, still does sound like classic Sublime. So there is something that's kind of nice and reassuring. Again, the same way that it was previously, that Sublime, I think, might be so back. Trombone solo. Dude, I don't think we've had a trombone solo since like 1990 or like maybe like 1980 something. Sublime was a band that used to be a lot better, I think. I think the last time they had a trombone solo was 1996, Wrong Way. Wow, 30 years in between the trombone solos. That's pretty nuts. I mean, to be clear, their band doesn't like necessarily tour with or have horn players in the band. It is a like ska / like reggae-esque band with like a little bit of punk, more like skate punk in a way, or like even surf punk. But like it's very like it is very clearly a very California coded band. So, you know, again, not bad. I mean, like, considering we're like in a new era of Sublime, like I feel pretty good about that, but like I also am not fully blown away by that. Personally, I would like maybe put that at a 4 because I don't think it's gonna be the worst thing that we hear today. But could it be the worst thing of this playlist? I don't know. Personally, I don't see it being 3 or higher. I mean, I could be convinced of 3, but like if you say 2 or 1, I'm going to be a little shocked. Despite there being a trombone solo. I definitely enjoyed Until the Sun Explodes more. Yes, I would agree with that. I'm seeing some 4s. We're seeing some people saying, you know, that we enjoyed other new tunes. 4. Yeah, I think 4 is a solid start. Up next is a little bit of a crossover number. we've got a song that is by Riley, Tades, Sanville, and Hot Mulligan. And this song is called Another Round of Radical Ritas, Please. Okay, again, I guess we're getting into the summer vibe.
It's cool, I was thinking I was gonna dip out soon. Anyway, honest, there's like a million other places I could be tonight if that's what I wanted. But it's not, and I'm not fooling anyone. But it's not, and I'm not fooling anyone. But it's not, and I'm not fooling anyone. Learn to let go, shut up, bite my tongue. Running right down to the core.
There it is.
If I were you, I'd hate me more. If I were you, I'd hate me more. If I were you, I'd hate me. Running right down to the core. If I were you, I'd hate me more. If I were you, I'd hate me more. If I were you, I'd hate me. Well, I know that I messed up.
Brian, I really did think that you did that on purpose, which is really funny. Like, I thought you were big into like a spoonerism in a way. I will say, for a song that is titled Another Round of Radical Ritas, Please, like margaritas, doesn't really give me like the vibe of I'm on a beach and or at a Mexican restaurant and I'd like another drink, please. It almost feels like we just wrote a song and then we needed a title that was going to feel like a summer song. And so we threw that on. It's not giving the vibe that I think it's supposed to. And, we are in, oh wow, now we also have some like real shouting happening in the back too. This is just one of those, if not the song of summer, a song about the summer. That's fair. I was expecting to Get Drunk and Smash the State. Yeah, it's kind of, it's a little bit of like, your first boyfriend from high school. You split up in between the summer, like where you're about to go off to college, but then he's still being like emotionally manipulative. And it's like, well, listen, you said we should break up. It's like, yeah, but, I don't know, man. It's not doing it for me. I've definitely enjoyed some Mott Mulligan as well. It's all right. It's all right. All right. Listen. Again, I enjoy some Hot Mulligan from time to time. That song was a hot 5. I totally agree. Half of that song was just the line, if I were you, I'd hate me more. And I'm going to be honest with you, Hot Mulligan, I hate this song more than anything else you've ever put out. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that one, All right. I'm going to say I will wait for the next song till the ad break. Thanks for sticking around. All right. I know the ad breaks can be, a bummer, but it helps out, the smaller creators like me. So I always appreciate, if you can't sub, or if you're, trying something out for the first time, again, not wanting to immediately jump on, but, I appreciate the support in whatever way makes the most sense to you, we got 45 seconds left on the clock. And we got 3 songs left in this playlist. I think the good news is that I have faith that we can only go up from here. That is the nice part about it. Let's see here. Okay, it's almost over. While we're waiting, let me know who you would hate more. That's nothing. That's a whole bunch of nothing. All right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for gifting a sub, Coyote Astronaut. Appreciate it. Perfect timing as well, just as the ad break comes to an end. All right. We've got only up from here. Here is the band Sparta with the song Without Your Hands.
Keep your head down, son. Scratch your name on the calendar. And when your work is done, pack up and go see her. You fought heaven and you fought earth. You broke facts and figures. You proved your worth. Pack up and go see her. Oh, I'm feeling lost in everything you said. If it's the hands that curse, then you're lost in the thunder.
This is a really interesting combination here. Yeah, there's a little bit of a Cars vibe. There's also, interestingly, it's definitely dated, because I was just about to say, it really gives a little bit of like a Bouncing Souls feel, which they're still around kicking and making music, right? But when I think of the Bouncing Souls, I'm thinking late 80s, early 90s. That's kind of that sort of genre. There's a little bit of surf inspiration there, which again, just kind of, I think to me, is implying another SoCal band, or at the very least a Western band, not an Eastern one. Although I could be wrong, but obviously just because someone is from an area does not mean they don't take inspiration from other bands. But let's see, does it say where they're from? I don't see anything about where they're based out of, but I do see a lot of California show listings. But then, interestingly enough, a bunch of Texas places as well. So that is interesting. That is a fascinating thing to look at. But still, I think at the very least, that's kind of Sparta's sound, kind of early 2000s post-hardcore. The single was in At the Drive-In. Okay, interesting. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's fine. It's serviceable. I like the fact that it doesn't feel super modern, with the exception of the intro, which was a cool thing where it's it sounded like it was playing through a radio and then it kind of comes into focus. That's just a cool little trick. And here's the outro. All right, so all we have left is 1, 2, 3. So is it a 1? Is it a 2? Or do we think this is right in the middle of everything that we're going to hear today? Seeing solid 3. Solid Snake, solid 3. 3. 3. 3. Snake. More of a 3 for this. Yeah, totally. As Minnie would say, I have faith. All right, here we go. we're going to try for the next song, which is a song called Serena or Serena. And it is by the Downtown Boys. Sorry, not the. It's by Downtown Boys. Little dissonance. There was a band we heard. Oh man, I want to say it was probably like back in March. Don't hold me accountable on that one. But there was another Spanish speaking punk band who I want to say was from. I think they were from Mexico, right? Or was it? I think so. I know they were either Mexico or like northern South America, right? Instead of like in Central America. So they were, somewhere in that area, which also had a very similar vibe, right? Which is like, again, kind of a slightly dated punk. And like not spoken, not sung. It's like, it's somewhere on that spectrum that is between spoken and like speak sung, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever the halfway point is, and spoken, it's somewhere closer in like that quadrant. Almost like, I know I've gone for this one before, but it's almost like a Cherry Bomb type of situation. But it's there and it's got someone kicking. Little saxophone on the end too. Interesting. Well, all we've got is 2 and 1. You let me know. Do we have faith in the last song? And again, after everything is done, we can always reevaluate. But for now, it can only be in 2 or 1. We're saying 2. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I like this one enough. I'd lean 1. Alex, you better get an extension cable. I'm going for 1. Never mind, Alex. You've been outspoken. See, this is why you need your own system, my guy. Well, I know you're here, Emily. But see, Alex, I need Alex to be able to confirm for himself. He's got to be able to speak up like a big boy. He needs a cable. And that is why the next song is going to be number 2. This song is called Flowers to a Knife Fight by the band Blood Command. So the bass is good. There's also like a oddly dated element to this as well. This kind of has like the vibe of like early 2000s, mid 2010s, like radio alternative music, which was like, they weren't really punk, but they were like trying to give like a punk vibe. Honestly, the Olivia Rodrigo's of the early 2000s kind of thing, you know. I would argue that the kind of lower sounding vocal is a little bit stronger and more enticing to me. Not that the chorus is not good, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel as cohesive for some reason. But I do like what they're doing, like instrumentally, at the very least, with this song. A lot going on with that one, but I think enjoyable nonetheless. So the question here becomes, do we like the listing here, 1 through 5, as it stands? Or now that it's said and done, now that we have the preliminary listing, if we had our druthers, would we fix or change anything? Alex and Emily say that they would switch 1 and 2. Do we have a Coyote astronaut or a Dane thoughts on potentially, in a perfect world, swapping 1 and 2? According to my watch, my mom would be a no on all accounts. I'd stand with my 1. Oh. This is tough. We're now still pretty evenly split. Do we have any of the onlines, whether boyfriend or girlfriend? Watch them also be split. One of them will say 1, one of them will say 2. It's okay for me to be wrong. You're not wrong. right? Like people's opinions or people's taste in music is right for them. I mean, listen, I'm also happy with being the tiebreaker. I can also be a tiebreaker. I just like to make sure that audience participation or audience, listeners. Yeah, you got what I'm saying. Dean, welcome in. Dean, without looking back at anything in chat, without even hearing anything, just answer me one question. 1 or 2? Dean has spoken. That is the official listing. There you have it. Dean, you've made some enemies tonight. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You're golden. You're fine. Whoa. Okay. That's interesting. My mom says move the original one to 4. Now, Mom, what if I told you that would put a band with a trombone solo higher on the list? Are you okay with that kind of nerd shit being out there? I say, knowing full well that I've had multiple bands perform and practice in her basement back in the day with a trombone player. All right. And then in my mom's perfect world, we'd be here. And that's your listings. Okay. Sorry, I've turned away from the mic. My bad. That is set list number 1. Up next is set list number 2. This one, excuse me, so sorry, goes out to all of my friends in Rat House, because if memory serves, this band was good the last time that they had a song. But this band is called Rat Boy, and the song is Sick of It.
Tunnels probably petty, bet there's no love lost. Set fake smiles, big pleasure wears on a state of affairs. Why am I glued to a phone screen like it's a routine? Am I really living or is this a false dream? Travel all day, still I'm going nowhere. Used to get a bus, I could not make the train. It's just a rat race, last place, tripping on a shoelace. I see a black face, suitcase coming up the staircase.
So there's obviously they're, British, right? Really good bass tone. That bass tone is cranked. It's punchy. It's thick. I do like that. There's, interestingly enough, a little bit of a Violent Femmes kind of sound. And then also, who's that old British band? Oh God. No, not the Ramones. Not quite as well known. Kind of Sex Pistols. I could see some stuff in there from that. It's more of there's a band from the early 90s. Hold. I gotta look something up real quick. Here's the music a little bit louder. Okay. So this is not who I was thinking about, but someone that I do kind of agree with a little bit, actually, while trying to look up a different band and failing to figure out who I was thinking of. In a way, I can see a little bit of like almost like a Pogues or even like not quite Chumbawamba, right? But like we're kind of, I feel like we're in Chumbawamba camp. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we're in the circle of a Chumbawamba. Not, I think we're a little too far away from Billy Bragg. But like Billy Bragg is good. I do like Billy Bragg. I loved going to Chumbawamba camp as a kid during the summer. Yeah, that sounds like a punishment that you'd be given. Okay, so Rat Boy. Where are we thinking for Rat Boy? We got any rats in chat? Rat chat time. Drop your favorite rat. Let us know. That was Alex, by the way. Yeah, I'm not surprised. 2. So far, we're sitting at 2. We got any other takers? We got any other opinions on this one? 2 or 3? 3. Uh-oh. We're now tied up. 2 or 3. 2, 3. Oh, 2 for me. Sorry. We have more 2 than we have 3. So I think the 2s shall have it. Okay. We'll see if that was a good call or not. Now, these next 2 songs. Brilliant little thing that happened, which was I found the first song, you know, because I always pull, like there's a list that I'm pulling these from and they're pulled at random. I saw the first song and I went, okay, sorry, I should be more specific, actually. Sorry. I saw the song that'll come on after this first. That was put in. And then I found this song and went, this has to be played first. Just trust me. This is going to be a good little 1-2 punch. Up first is Cowboy by Swiss Army Wife. And it goes something like this. Okay. So, okay. It's going to come back a little bit now because literally as I pulled it down, they got into a little bit more shouting territory. But I was thinking about the intro almost has like an anime type intro, but then also has like a Billy Talent type sound, which is obviously not really punk. It's a little bit more rock / alternative rock. But it is like punk adjacent. And like the kind of thing that you would find on John Madden, like 2007. I do also love me some Billy Talent. Now we have a little bit more of like your Midwest emo kind of happening in the background right now. So that is very interesting. There's a little juxtaposition here of like a little bit more melodic and like a little bit more intriguing like musical elements then mixed in with someone just sort of screaming at the top of their lungs. And just letting you know that they can also whine too about the ripped jeans that they have, you know? Okay, not vocally, but, and this is going to be a reference that quite literally only my mom will get. But there is, interestingly enough, I would also argue, a strong vibe of the Ill Spent Conversion, a band that we once got the privilege to see back in, let's see, 2000 and probably like 2001, 2002, maybe, at like some sort of like outdoor show that was mostly performed on in like a not a parking lot, but like an empty lot where the bands were performing on the like a empty truck bed, like an 18-wheeler truck bed that they had like completely emptied. It was just like a big platform basically. Crazy stuff. A very weirdly vivid memory for me. Anyway, that is Cowboy by Swiss Army Wife. Where are we throwing that one, gang? How are we feeling about the Midwest today? We feeling 3 territory, 4? Well, you can't take 2, unfortunately, Dean. 2 is already taken. So it's going to have to be, because I don't know if we're going 1. Do we have any other takers? Anyone else feel strongly about? I would definitely agree that it's not 1 worthy. I'm feeling going down to 3. I'm feeling going down to 3. I'm feeling as in like you're fine with it being at 3, you mean, or like you'd want it down from 3, like a 4 or 5. Sorry, I feel like I'm just not reading that sentence in the way that it's meant. Em and I like it. We're thinking 3. Okay. I do think it does seem as though there's mostly 3. Well, let me tell you, folks, this next band is called The Haunting. And what is the biggest enemy? Oh, you know what? Hang on. We have an ad break starting. I'm going to snooze this one. Here we go. That's what we'll do. What is the enemy of a cowboy? Well, the answer is very easy. It's cowboy killers. This was not what I was expecting. It's like country rock, so I don't know why this is in the punk section. But I saw Cowboy Killers and then immediately saw like 10 songs below that a song called Cowboy. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. I should put them side by side. I understand now why they probably put this in punk, because I did just hear the way they're doing this chorus. It has a little bit of like radio punk. Again, like an Olivia Rodrigo moment in there, right? This is a lot more laid back, a lot more chill. But again, there's like some like, this is more a y'alternative than it is punk. And yes, I did say y'alternative. Here it is. Okay, whoops, hang on a second. No. Pretend you didn't hear that. That was okay. To me, in terms of like exciting tunes, and like, where everything is going, I don't know if I'm like, as into that one. That to me, I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards Dean personally. That might be my least favorite thing we've played today so far. Alternative is life. So I don't know. I mean, unless someone's like, if this isn't 4 or higher, I'm going to riot. Then I'm thinking Cowboy Killers might be at a 5. There you have it. Okay, song number 9 for today is a song called Give or Take by a band called Cartel. All right. I'm kind of into this one. It's got like a little bit of oh man, I had it literally at the top of my dome for a split second, then I immediately lost it because I was getting distracted by the other alternatives. But I'm with it so far. There's a little bit of like modern Newfound Glory, not old school, but like what Newfound Glory sounds like today. There's a little bit of that in here. There is also a little bit of like that, like 2010s, like trying a little too hard for radio. It's a little sterile, but musically still pretty interesting. Maybe I think that this is a little bit just more of like when East Coast bands at one point, especially like mid to southern, like Florida especially, really kind of got into like pumping out a lot of pop punk bands for a little bit. It just became so like radio coded, where it was like not quite punk but punk. That's just where we're at, you know. If you told me this was like an East Coast band, I would not be shocked at all. They're not gonna be Northern, that's for sure. Too sterile for like New York, you know. Like I'll tell you, you know who does like that kind of music, but like is like really, really solid on it? We Were Sharks. We Were Sharks have like that kind of like subgenre sound, but like clean and a little bit catchier in my opinion. The question is, though, does this get the number 1 or does this get the number 4? Do we have faith? Okay, we're saying we have faith. It's dangerous territory. So now the pressure is on for song number 10 being put in slot number 1. And the ad break is now done. Minnie, if you're out there, I want you to know the people have faith. Fish, I don't know where you are. Small, I don't know where you are. But this one, I'm going to dedicate to you two. And if it sucks, that is not on me. This is Stand Atlantic with Velcro.
Why is everything so hard to admit? Yeah, I think about you, hard to resist. Oh, why do I even try? I get a little shy and so in my head. Never know why, but I think that you like it.
Minnie!
Wanna give it a try.
Faith!
And I'm feeling brave. What can I do to make you stay? I'm not playing games. Just wanna be right where you lay. It's like you, we'd be just like Velcro. I can't wait to make you come off of that pulse and sink. Oh, it's that beat.
Okay, so this is like almost like kind of hoping for. This is a little bit of like a I want Paramore, we've got Paramore at home kind of vibe. I want Avril Lavigne. This is the Avril Lavigne at home. It's like adjacent to some of the stronger female vocalists of pop punk. Like, I don't hate this. This is also a little bit more commercialized. If this was in the soundtrack to like the game like Watch Dogs, I wouldn't be shocked. But like, it's that kind of thing where like it's in a soundtrack because it's clear, right? Like personally, I would rather have like a Linda Linda's type of pop punk or bomb pops if you're going for, you know, for female vocalists. But like, I don't hate it. It's a little bit more larger arena rock. It is definitely very heavily like tuned up, but still the production's good though. So like, I'm not mad about it. I would agree.
It's like you, we'd be just like Velcro. I can't wait to make you come off of that
Interesting.
pulse and sink. Oh, it's that beat like techno.
I would agree. I think it's overproduced, but not like in a way where like some of the other songs where I was like, it's like sterile, where there's like no life in it. It's just harder to find it. Interestingly enough, though, I would have never expected this from the sound of this band. Because I don't think she has a accent that is shining through the music. But this is an Australian band. This is a band from Sydney. Kind of shocking. But we're technically, by default, putting this at 1. Now, this is where we were by blind listening. The question is do we change anything? Because I wouldn't be surprised if number 1 comes down a little bit. I know we had faith, but perhaps our faith was misplaced. I think Australia bands can typically hide their accent better than like a British band can. Try saying that 10 times fast. British band can. I think British is usually a lot more known. Hard to say, but maybe Rap Boy is one, Velcro's two. Just in case, I can play the opening of it real quick for you. Here is what Rap Boy was. Alex, are you okay?
Tunnels probably petty, bet there's no love lost. Set fake smiles, big pleasure wears on a state of affairs. Why am I glued to a phone screen like it's a routine? Am I really living or is this a false dream? Travel all day, still I'm going nowhere. Used to get a bus, I could not make the train. It's just a rat race, last place, tripping on a shoelace.
Welcome back, Alex. I also meant to time out Alex. I accidentally banned him because I wasn't thinking. I meant to do timeout for like 1 second. And then at first it was like, you can't use the timer. I was like, oh, I must have done the number wrong. And then I just, retried it. And then I realized after I looked at it that it said banned and I went, whoops. Oh, mod him. That's right. My bad. Hang on. Let me re-mod. There we go. He has been remodded. All right, there you go. That is your British versus Australia, which is very funny that is what came up. I'm also going to be honest with you, personally, I think I might do that. I think that might be where I put that. And then everything else can probably say the same. But there you go. That is set list number 2. Just one set of music left to go. Who will be crowned victorious? Just kidding. It's not a competition. Okay, up first. Now, this is going to be a cover. I know. But it's a cover by a guy that we all know and love. And it's a song/artist that I think, actually, now they say that, I don't know how many people in this chat currently are into this person. I know Maggie is, for sure. Wherever she is. I hope she returns from the war someday. But this one goes out to her. This one is Alex Melton with Espresso.
Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet? I guess so. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. Move it up, down, left, right, oh, switch it up like Nintendo. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso.
All right.
I can't relate to desperation. Might give a fucks. Are on vacation. And I got this one boy, and he won't stop calling. But they act this way. I know I've got it. Too bad your ex don't do it for you. Walked in a dream, can't turn it for you. So skin it up, perfumed it for you. I know I'm about to do it for you. That morning coffee burning for you. One touch and not brand new to for you. And now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet? I guess so. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know that's that.
There's like a little bit of like a Third Eye Blind. Oh, sorry. I'm like screaming into the mic. Sorry, my bad. There's like a little bit of like a third Eye Blind feel. The drum section here is a little faster than I think they would typically do, but like there is like a Third Eye Blind kind of thing. Makes me miss Punko's Pop low key. I agree. It's just like, this makes me wish that we had Punko's Pop, but for once, like really good. Punko's Pop is like fine with some like real bangers. And then there's a lot of like, we groomed this a little bit. That's not the right word. We cleansed this a little bit too much, you know? not enough bands making things truly theirs. You know what I mean? Dude, Alex Melton, I just such a big fan. Yeah, man. I mean, okay, we'll come back to him in a second. Because like this was the one that oh, sorry, I didn't mean to pull it on the list yet. A Loving 5 from me. Interesting. Because like, okay, my thing is like this was the one that they had suggested in the release, but like the full hypotheticals came out today. And like they also had It Wasn't Me in there, or rather the album itself had It Wasn't Me and it had You Can Call Me Out. And I kind of wish, or I wonder if that would have changed anything for anyone. Because like he also had this one. Dude. Like doing It Wasn't Me as if like Bare Naked Ladies basically had done it is nuts. Like that has such a strong, it's been 1 week, right? Granted, his version of 1 week is faster than theirs, but like that is like 1 week, you know, punkified. Then applied to It Wasn't Me. That is pretty inspired. And then You Can Call Me Al. Hang on.
A man walks down the street, he says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle? The rest of my life is so hard. I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot of redemption. Don't want to end up a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. Dogs in the moonlight, far away my velvet doors. Get these months away from me, you know. I don't find this stuff amusing anymore. If you'll be my...
You know what I mean? Like that guy does some really good stuff, man. I don't want to miss a thing. I don't remember this being in this. Hang on. I'm just screen record a little bit. That one I don't think is quite as good because like I don't really, I get maybe what he's going for, but like I'm not 100% sure where. Well, that's the thing is it's supposed to be slow. But this is the thing that we were talking about earlier with like punk goes pop. Not enough bands were swinging for the fences like that, right? Of like saying, I'm going to take this song and I'm going to make it sound like me or, you know, my actual genre. A lot of the times it was like, we're going to play it basically exactly the same way, but now with like a little distortion. And it's like, no, don't do that. That's weak. Be stronger, you know, make a stronger choice. I'm going to split the difference for everyone. Someone was saying, or some people said 3, but I think a couple people said 5. So I'm going to split the difference between that and say Espresso is at number 4. Listens and ranks every punk goes pop. That, I mean, that could be something. You might have something there. We'll talk. We'll talk. Okay. Up next is the band Honest, and this is a song called Home.
When I was younger, I learned how to live a life and just survive, just not to break. Burn away through the night. Now I'm getting older, picking up the pieces I left on the floor for food, so I don't forget my mistakes. All I could listen to was you. I always thought I was only gone from you. The thing you said were enough to make me shake. All I could ever see was you, then always thought I was only gone from you. No matter how you try to bring me down, I still live in the sky. I never, never, never wanna come back home. I know I'm gonna be alright. So far away, go far away. I'm driving through the night.
Okay, man, let me tell you something. There's one thing that I know for a fact, and that is that anytime a band from another country makes it onto the all new punk playlist, there's like a couple of different things that you can kind of figure you're going to get. And a lot of the times it's about more of like genre. But let me tell you, you know for a fact that you're going to get an absolute banger when a Japan pop punk band makes it to the list. Japan knows what the fuck they're doing when it comes to playing like skate music. Punk, ska, like they do both of these things correctly and very well. In fact, I would say that they do it better than most bands here. This one is really, I'm so stoked that we've got a Japan band. This is a band that's on the label Pizza of Death, which doesn't have a lot of huge names, but like I think it's a lot of the up and comers, you know.
I can't keep looking away. All I want is some peace of mind. I'm never going back. You don't feel welcome in my life. I never wanna come back home. I know I'm gonna be alright. So far away, go far away. I'm driving through the night. I never
Whoa,
wanna come back home. I know it's gonna be alright. So
that was sick.
away, go far away. I'm riding through the rides. Winter goes down a lonely road. Where I'm waiting for is rain, so I can choose a better way. I never wanna come back home. I never wanna come back home.
Chat, welcome in, Alex. Chat, what do we think? I tentatively put a 1. I'm willing to listen to other answers. I don't know, man. It was pretty fun. Dean is saying 2. Let's see where we get some other answers, perhaps. I don't want to jinx it, but I'll say 2 for now. Whoa. I don't think we're going to get someone better than that. 1, let's fucking go. I was thinking 1. But you're holding out faith that something might be better. That is a commendable response. That is she was in here a little bit earlier. I think they are entertaining Dorkren tonight. I actually think that Dorkren, if I saw correctly, I think Dorkren might be visiting. But Minnie, who was here earlier, Minnie loves to keep the faith. Minnie loves to hold out on that number 1 spot, or sometimes she holds out on the number 5, saying, "I have faith that the last one's going to be the bad one." But we're kind of split down the middle. Alex, Emily, Minnie, if you're out there, Minnie, if you can hear me, if you can hear my call. Setting up my psychic wavelength. Emily says, Faith, all I'm getting is sushi. Well, I don't know if you can say that. I understand what you're saying, but because that's what I did earlier when I told you what to get. Playing drums, wasn't paying attention. That's okay. Okay. Well, if we say we have faith, and I will drop it into 2, and we'll hold out for a hero, which could be this next track. Ska Kids, get ready. Big D in the kids' table with Scatterbrain.
Scatterbrain, can't get my head in the game. They call me blah 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 and so I got my nicknames. They call me Scatterbrain, can't get my head in the game. Okay. They're all lame, the same, crave fame, but I'm branded. Strangest dream, I'm sitting in the middle of a lake in a boat. How to escape the eyes and minds who write you this here note. Your crew, akin but not like you. Your mind is creating and going, boom. So take a sec and trust yourself. Can't give them all of you, your dreams be moved, be dead. Someone disassemble me, but of course I put myself together. Heard a rumor that your mind sucks, but I'm awestruck. Scatterbrain, can't get your head in the game. They call you blah 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 and so you've heard the nicknames. They call you Scatterbrain, can't get your head in the game. They're all lame, the same, crave fame, but you're branded.
Horns are good.
If it's all the same, I'm gonna go and love today. If it's all the same, I'm gonna go and love today. Tossed into a world that was not built for you and me. Minds pried open with hearts set to be free. So take a sec, defend yourself. You can't give them all of you, your dreams be moved, be dead. Their micro problems do not ever seem to bother you. Their micro problems always end with them calling us two scatterbrains. Can't get our heads in the game. They call us blah 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 and so we got our nicknames. They call us scatterbrain. Can't get our heads in the game. They're all lame, the same, crave fame, but we're branded scatterbrain. Can't get our heads in the game. They call us blah 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 and so we've heard the nicknames. They call us scatterbrain. Can't get our heads in the game. They're all lame, the same, crave fame, but we're branded scatterbrain. Whoa.
Okay. So, man, okay, this is interesting. I can't tell who that trombonist would be. I'm wondering, welcome in, Sudsley. How you doing? Would this be Logan La Barbera, maybe, from the Flaming Tsunamis? Or... hang on. Paul Cutler trombone does not really bring up anything. I can't tell what bands he's been in. They only have him listed for Pig and the Kids Table. Okay. So then maybe it's him. But like I can tell that the saxophone, I'm having a feeling that saxophone could have been Ryan O'Connor, probably still. But trumpet actually is, weirdly enough, it's going to be a crazy statement. The trumpet player, and why that was also so good, is the trumpet player for that song is the saxophonist for Real Big Fish. But I mean, like he can play all horns. He has been a like studio musician for so many bands. Like, oh my God. And currently, like all of the guys from Real Big Fish, they have been touring with and performing in so many other bands for the past like 4 or 5 years. I don't think Billy Cottage is doing anything with them anymore. I don't think that would have been Billy Cottage on that solo. But I mean, like, you know, fuck if I know. I could be totally wrong on that. But I mean, like, obviously it's still David McWayne, which is Big D. But yeah, man, I don't know. I like that a lot, but I just don't know who that is. Wow. Is it Billy Cottage? Hang on. No, Billy Cottage is not there anymore. Okay. Oh, Paul Cutler's not there anymore. Okay, then who? That is in fact Logan La Barbera. Okay, that makes sense. The Flamin' Tsunamis was a pretty damn good band. So yeah, that's who we got on trombone for that one. Very cool. Anyway, that's a good one. What are we thinking though? Are we putting that at 1? Sid, do I need to pull it back a little bit so you can hear? I say as if I don't think Sid's ever given me the vibe of being like, you know what? Let me hear that ska song one more time. Though, I'll be honest, it would blow my mind if Sid was like, I'm a huge ska kid. What are you talking about? If Sid was like, I'm an avid, you know, pit person. I'm out there skanking and pushing as much as I can. I just don't know. Okay. Well, if we've got no takers, I don't know. Could be fun. Could be a nursery. I might slot it there unless someone says anything. You know, I won't lie. Sid probably would like the early Smash Mouth stuff, but just because it would be stuff that you would end up finding on like Shrek or something like that. My mom says, okay, listen, no offense to anyone else here. My mom has said it's number 1. It's number 1. My mom's into the ska, probably because, you know, again, her son was in a bunch of ska bands, but she was liking that one. All right. She gets the veto. She gets the ultimate overrule. So the next 2 songs, we got 2 songs left. We got 3 and we got 5 left. This is Before I'm Done by a band called 20, spelled out, and then 2, the number. Okay, a little much. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of like Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtracks that would have something like this on it. Or, I mean, again, not to bring it back always, but Madden, especially the mid-2000s, really loved this kind of sound. They would throw this on a lot of soundtracks. There was a lot of crossover. Oh, I did not see that there was an ad starting. That's on me. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm not into the shouting part. Like, overall, like, this has a lot of good energy, a lot of like solid performance. I'd be way more into it if it didn't get, a fake ending. I honestly thought the song was coming to a close and then they just started back up. That's pretty neat, actually. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like, it's fine. Like, I don't know. Like, this feels very middle of the road to me. And therefore, I'd be fine with either the 3 or the 5. Like, if we have faith that the last song could be better, I'm fine with it being at 5. But, like, it's not like in a 5 where it's bad. You know what I mean? We've talked about this before, where sometimes all the songs can be, like, at the very least, like, okay. And then, you know, your 5 is still decent, you know? A lot of elements in here. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. I will say, it's lasting longer than I was expecting. I just didn't expect this song to kind of go. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't be upset if we put this at 5 and then ended up saying, let's put this on 3. You know what I mean? But I think that that's fine to be there. Like, there's some interesting stuff in there, but also, like, they didn't, like, really wow me. And they're Canadian. You know? So that probably says a lot. Okay, that means that by default, number 3, and ending out this last set list, is a song called Ain't No Fun by a band called Marz.
I know you met 5 minutes ago, but I just forgot her name. I was way too busy, had to figure out her game. And I got myself to blame, but please let me explain. I just had to know one thing, if she was a little bit insane. And is it okay if I'm the same? I can feel something in the air tonight. That's when she takes my breath away. Why would I mind not breathing? I don't even have no words to say. And when she gets mad at me.
Sorry, in real time, you just saw me think, what if I got little, like, the dancing fruit that you put in front of children on, like, an iPad? What if I got, like, the swaying blueberries here, you know? That's where my brain went. I was like, maybe I should put that on the screen. Maybe that would help for these things. Find a way to make sure it matches up with the tempo and just throw them on here. This sounds like... hey, can you put the dancing fruit on? Yeah, there you go. This sounds like it would be in the background of a 90s teen movie. I do agree. Dancing fruit. Gotta get that baby enrichment time. Gotta get that punk enrichment time as well. Yeah, I like that this is like, you know, again, this is punk, but it's not like overstated either. Like, it's a little laid back. But it's not like it's lazy either. You know what I mean? It still has some force, but like, actually, Alex likes to put it on for me when I'm overstimulated. See, it works. It works for everyone. Strawberries.
I can feel something in the air tonight. That's when she takes my breath away. Why would I mind not breathing? I don't even have no just strike me dumb. 'Cause if I had a lady
I could see that.
without crazy to show me with my own gun. That girl just ain't no fun.
Okay, never mind. Okay. So there was an actual ending to that. Well, I don't know, y'all. I think that was it. I think, honestly, I think we nailed that one straight out the gate. I don't think anything needs to move, personally. I think that is right on it. So I don't know. Hopefully you found a few new tracks to throw onto your summer's playlists. But just know that summer technically is not fully begun. So we still have time to find some summer hits. We also definitely have time to find a bunch more guys being like, did I just write this song of this summer, dude? And getting some absolute dog water songs too. So there's going to be a little bit of a run of the gamut here, you know? But that does it for this last rendition of That All New Punk before I go on vacation. For That All New Rest and Relaxation. That's nothing. That's bad. Anyway, everyone say goodbye, YouTube, and we will see you all on the next one. I'll give you like 10 seconds to get eternally put on the YouTube channel. Okay. Goodbye. Good luck, buddy. Hope you find your dad.